Sponsored by Tire Depot. People tend to think a little bit less about tires once winter turns into spring. But don't think about that. Excessive summer heat wears out tires more quickly. Don't drive around on your snow tires all year. Go to Tire Depot, celebrating 25 years, Central Connecticut's #1 homegrown tire source. Cooper Tires, Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and more. You can always find them at Tire Depot. Tony and his team, a Connecticut business success story. You won't find a nicer place to do business. Don't sleep on your most important safety feature, your tires. Tire Depot just off Route 6 in Bristol, or online at tiredepotct.com. Did you know that the National Championship trophy came in two pieces?
I had no idea. No idea. So J.D. Vance taught us all this, I think, unless you were a college football coach. The vice president was hanging out with the Ohio State football team trying to hoist the national championship trophy. And the guys behind him, taller guys, head coach Ryan Day, kind of has the gold part of the trophy. And I think J.D. thought that the base came with it, and he was trying to keep it, and then it fell apart. And it felt like what he did, fumbling that and dropping that, made me feel like I was 7 years old, and I was in a jewelry store with my mom, and I was not supposed to touch something, and I did. And then it broke, and it's like, oh, God, what am I going to do? Like, oh, it's okay. Let's put it back. Everything's just fine, just like the way it was. But I did not know it was two pieces.
No, and why would it be?
Now, I have dug into this. I've tried to find out who made it and where it comes from. It actually comes from Rock Haven, New York, so it's pretty local. It's pretty close to where
I'm
we're
sure
at.
It's expensive.
Very expensive, but it was designed to be a two-piecer. And Kurt brought this up, too, during the break. What was the glass football? It was like,
well, that was a crystal football.
Yeah.
Of the BCS era.
And that was like everybody took that glass football off and held it up like, yeah, triumph.
And just looking at the new championship,
so true.
The new college football playoff, you're thinking, okay, this is a one-piecer.
Right. I think everyone thought it was a one-piecer until we saw J.D. Vance do the fumble job. But, yeah, it was designed to take that gold piece off and hoist it up like you used to with that crystal football. In fact, there's several, and I never noticed this, but there are several pictures, Ryan Day included, from last year's this past 2 months ago national championship, where he is taking it out of the base and holding it up. But I just never noticed, the bottom was completely missing off of that. But yeah.
How bad do you think the vice president felt?
He felt horrible. You could tell right away. Just like I would feel if I was 7 years old and I broke something in the store with my mom. Like, oh, God, there's nothing we can do about it.
What was he?
Sorry.
He's a retired Marine, but he's a former senator or congressman from Ohio.
Yeah, that's why,
you think he's going to die of embarrassment. He's going to be like, I can't believe I did that.
I don't know if there's some kind of curse going on in Buckeye land. If we don't win one in the next 10 years.
It's Vance's fault.
But I now think that trophy's pretty damn cool. I also noticed, you put a little spout on the top of it. That's a pretty cool little whalebone drink thing you got going on there, too. You fill it up.
I think we should talk about what has been the best way to update some of these trophies, because I honestly think I love the crystal football, but you think if you drop that, it's going to smash.
Yeah, you don't want that. And
that was too dangerous.
Yeah. Now, what did we just break? Somebody just broke. We always break the World Series trophy at the parades. Well, at least the Red Sox do.
My favorite thing is somebody threw a beer at David Ortiz and dented it.
I know. I think that makes
tremendous.
It cooler.
I wouldn't fix it. I'd be like, no, that's awesome.
Now, Tommy threw the Lombardi Trophy boat to boat. Luckily, there was no accident there because Tommy always completes his passes. But I want to say there was one that we just broke, big time broke. But I obviously the Stanley Cup's cool in so many different ways. It's old, and you see all the history on it. I love that. How you when you win, you're going to be etched on that thing for end of time, beyond your life. And also you can drink out of it. So that's pretty cool.
That's why I love it. I think the World Series trophy is a bunch of flags. You can't drink out of it. I mean, you could probably do shots off of it.
I don't know. There's not much. The only thing you can do with the World Series trophy in a desperate time, I think it could be a pretty deadly weapon, especially if you can yank off those flag poles and those are now some kind of mini swords that you can use. But if you use that whole thing as a weapon, push that in somebody's face.
But the Lombardi trophy's cool too, though, because it's a one-piecer. Mm-hmm. You could hold it with one hand.
And it's simple. It's a classic. It's been that way forever.
The real-size World Series trophy, You can't hold it with one hand. The thing's gigantic and awkward. Oh, man. But that was funny.
It was funny. It wasn't like everyone, too. You got to watch the video because it's really quick. Everyone's making it out to be like a Benny Hill episode where we got a bunch of goofy soundtracks behind it. But no. Like, which one did you find? Oh, yeah. I remember this. Okay. The Duke's Mayo Bowl trophy. Right. The Duke's Mayo Bowl. Wisconsin quarterback Graham Mertz. He was the one who dropped it. He drops it, and it just, oh, God, it's bad. We got another one of these. I think this was a bad one. I think you gave me a bad one. That's what I would have done if I was J.D. Vance. I would have blamed someone else. Like, who the hell broke this? Who did this? It's not the way I got it. Actually, it was, sir.
It was.
What is it? Honestly, I kind of feel bad that nobody gave him the heads up. Like, hey, man, this is a two-piecer. You just grab the gold part. And then there's
I honestly think they wanted him to do that.
There was some kind of handler that, oh, man, I'm watching Wisconsin. So Wisconsin's doing the gritty dance while they're celebrating the Mayo Bowl. And this sucker is kind of like your crystal ball that you were talking about. This was just a couple of years ago. They're doing the gritty. Quarterback's doing the gritty in front of the camera. Tries switching hands and then just drops it. On carpet, by the way. Shatters everywhere. Dunzo. Hopefully they got some free Duke's Mayo. Oh, yeah, they did. They got some free Duke's Mayo, though, so everything's good. It's all good. It's so funny. I do think they should put some kind of spout and a straw in that big national championship trophy. You don't think so? It's like a big whalebone.
This one says Real Madrid. I'm reading who's
busted. Real
Madrid, Sergio Ramos dropped the Copa del Rey trophy after they beat Barcelona and it smashed.
That wasn't that long ago. I would say within the last 10 years. But, oh, man, it's tough. I want to say when Eddie George got his Heisman trophy, and I think we talked to him about this at Walter Camp. He was walking through a door. And he was like holding it up. And you know how the Heisman, you know the pose, and he's got the arm out there. Yeah. He nicks the fingers of the stiff arm on top of a door sill and breaks those. Like, first day. He's like, yeah, I got the Heisman. Oh, man, I just broke it. Because you want to show it off.
I'm reading 2 different times the Stanley Cup has been dropped.
Ooh.
One in a bonfire. I did know one went into a pool.
They lost it one time in the Rideau Canal.
You taught me this.
The 66 FIFA World Cup trophy was stolen, and then a dog found it, and the dog's name was Pickles.
I love that. That's perfect.
One caught on fire because of pyrotechnics. I still think the Red Sox one being dented by a beer is awesome, though.
I am getting some conflicting reports here. My knowledge of the Eddie George Heisman Trophy. Apparently, Eddie says that it was LaGuardia Airport security that ended up breaking the fingers off of his Heisman Trophy. It wasn't.
Ooh, damn.
That'd make me more upset, actually.
I like sometimes when they travel, though, they like put it in its own seat.
Yeah. Well, that's how the Stanley Cup travels, right?
Yeah.
Gets his own
seat. And then you got the goofball from the NHL that takes it around. I worked at Espen in Bristol.
Yeah.
Brought it in to show everybody.
The guy with the white hair.
What's his name? Guardian of the trophy?
White gloves on and a tuxedo, and it's like a little over the top.
That's what I thought was the guy that was running out to save the base of the trophy was like some guardian of the trophy or something.
It's like the Holy Grail. It's a crusader.
Now we know. It's a two-piecer. Now we know.
Well, the injuries in baseball are mounting. This is just kind of a freaky one we'll talk about. But, a lot of stuff going on right now. So let's do the Daily Pickle here and MLB next on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell. Kurt Kaplan on the ones and twos. Thank you for keeping us on the air.